Hello, I'm Domonique Foxworth, joining you from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. And this is the only NFL show that's undefeated, never lost. Today, we chop it up about the best wideout in the game, which AFC division is up in the air, and who is in the driver's seat at the midway point of the season. Warning, I'm riding solo this week and running through everybody like my name is Dalvin Cook, cuz I don't give a damn. All right, it was another exciting week of football. It featured everything from quarterback shootouts to running backs running wild. Some teams were humbled, while others are starting to pull away. Let's break it all down now and head to the control room for the first discussion topic. Big Trav, what you got?
Although the Patriots beat the Jets 30-27, and although Cam Newton rushed for 2 touchdowns, he still doesn't look like the Superman Cam we've come to know. Why has he now become a game manager?
What? I mean, all your those are unacceptable. You can't say although they won, although he had 2 touchdowns, and then try to call the man a game manager. I agree, he's not the Cam of old. I would not call him Superman. It does look like everything is labored, but he did throw for 274 yards, rushed for 2 touchdowns, and led 2 scoring drives in the fourth quarter that gave them the win. He made a lot of big plays. It wasn't as pretty as you would expect or you would hope to see, but he made a lot of big plays to give them the win. I think it's absurd to consider him a game manager, especially when you look around at how that defense played against the Jets yesterday and how few playmakers he has to rely on. It feels like Cam is as important to that team as any player or any quarterback is on any other team, which is why they've been so up and down. When he's healthy and right, they're good. When he's not, they're bad. So it's the tale of 2 Cams for the Pats. What's next?
Packers wideout Davante Adams is leading the league in yards per game, averaging an impressive $113 per outing. Now that he's fully healthy, Domonique, are the Packers a Super Bowl contender?
I don't consider them like a legit Super Bowl contender. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I guess they are as competitive as just about anybody in the NFC because the NFC is very, very flawed from top to bottom. So I'm not putting my money on them. I do think Davante Adams is exceptional, but I don't think that they're going to be good enough because the problem that they have is not being able to score enough points necessarily. Their problem is on the defensive side of the ball. The way Dalvin Cook ran through them a couple weeks ago makes me scared, especially since they got put out last year by the 49ers because they couldn't stop the run. So unless Davante Adams is going to play a little linebacker, I don't think he's the answer to their problems.
But Domonique, Davante said, quote, "It's fair to say I'm the best in the game," end quote. Make your case why he's right or wrong.
I mean, his numbers are pretty impressive, but this sounds like a job for the wheel of skill. The wheel gives me 3 choices. I rank them. Spin that thing, Trav.
The Wheel of Skill. 2020 NFL wide receivers, baby.
All right, give it to me. All right, we got Hopkins, Diggs, and Adams. So maybe I'm a little partial to Diggs because he is a Terp, but I think that the impact that he has had on his team is immeasurable. Well, actually, you can measure it. You can look at their EPA as a pass offense, and it is out of this world compared to what they were last year. He's really been the key to this offense, allowing Josh Allen to be the good Josh Allen more often than he's the bad Josh Allen. I think that Hopkins is great. You really can't quibble with any of these guys' skill, but Hopkins' impact on that offense is not nearly as impressive as Diggs, and I think the same is true for Adams. None of these teams are the same without these receivers, but I do think that the difference between the Bills with and without Diggs is much more meaningful than the difference of any other receiver in this game right now. So I think he is that important. I know we don't give MVP to anybody other than quarterbacks, but if we did, I think Diggs is somebody that we could consider. What's next, Trav?
It's the Wheel of Skill. Running backs.
All right, give it to me. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. All right, we got Henry, Cook, and Kamara. All right, give me Alvin Kamara. He has been their entire offense, carrying this team on his back offensively up until this point. Now they're getting Michael Thomas back, and they got Emmanuel Sanders back. So maybe they can take some of the load off of Alvin Kamara, but especially with Drew Brees' questionable, should we say, arm strength, Alvin has been the playmaker. And I understand how Dalvin Cook's appearance has seemed like it turned the Vikings from a terrible team to at least a respectable team. I feel like what Kamara's done this season so far is so very impressive. Sorry, Titans. I don't know that I would take Derrick Henry over either of these other two guys. All right, what we got next?
Wheel of Skill, best breakfast cereal of all time.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see what we got. Cheerios. Oh, man, we got to waste our time with this nonsense. Everyone knows Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right down the middle. Cheerios, that's like baby food. Like, no one actually eats Cheerios. Frosted Flakes, I don't even respect you enough to pay any attention. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best cereal. I would bathe in Cinnamon Toast Crunch if I was not worried about getting any sort of infection. It is delicious in the morning. It's delicious at night. It's delicious in the middle of the day. I might have some after this taping. All right, as we hit the midway part of the season and the playoff picture is starting to take shape, let's get some screen time and take a closer look at my power rankings. All right, number 5, Tampa Bay. Oh, that's pretty. Nice job, Adam. I like the Bucks, and maybe you think they should be a little higher, but they're so inconsistent offensively, and it appears defensively. So they're a good team. They have Super Bowl potential, but I cannot believe in that offense no matter how many future Hall of Famers they put on it. All right, number 4, I got the Ravens, and that's because they play defense. I understand the limitations that Lamar has shown. However, Lamar also has greatness in him. He can be great, and that defense is great every week. Number 3, it's kind of like the Ravens' twin brother, the Steelers, a great defense with a limited quarterback that could get hot at certain times, but this team is formidable. All right, number 2, we got New Orleans. I know they haven't been great up until this point, but they've also been riddled with injuries. And this is one of the most mentally tough teams out there. After disappointment, after playoff disappointment, they come back every year stronger than before. If Drew Brees can find a way to preserve that arm till late into the season, this is my favorite in NFC. All right, number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. Enough said. All right, Trav, which one of these foolish fan bases is going to give me the most angry tweets?
Remember the Titans? How you gonna leave them off at 6-2?
Yeah, the Titans are good, and they smacked the Bills. That was impressive, and had a close loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Titans aren't a bad team, but the problem is one letter, D. They don't have none. They need to get some. As tough as they are a team on offense, and as great as they do run the ball and play action, it is going to be hard to go through the playoffs 3 weeks in a row to get to the Super Bowl without having a defense that can stop anybody. That seems to be the theme of my list. I like teams that play D, and the Titans aren't it. All right, let's take this time to preview the biggest matchup of Week 9. I'm playing Bet Your Abby with the producers this week. So let's go to the control room to find out the game. What you got, Trav?
Just so we're clear, this will be the picture of you getting Megatroned if you lose. Meanwhile,
So disrespectful.
the balance of power for the AFC South hangs in the balance. On one sideline stands an old, grizzled quarterback, still searching for a Super Bowl ring. On the other sideline towers a real-life titan of a running back who's cementing his own legacy in football lore. Who you got, Colts or Titans?
All right, first of all, we don't know that Calvin Johnson actually caught that pass, to be clear. You just know that that was a picture. I broke that up properly, maybe, hopefully. All right, so this is easy. Maybe I can win back some Titans fans. I'm going with the Titans. I'm going with whatever team is not quarterbacked by Phillip Rivers. He's not terrible, but he has a unique arm angle when he throws the ball, and an arm that is getting weaker and a body that seems to be getting older. I think he can get them in a lot of games and try to manage it, but he is not a difference maker. I think that they're going to lose this game to the Titans because of that running attack. And I don't think this weak Titans defense is going to be threatened too much by Phillip Rivers' inability to get the ball downfield. All right, that's it for this week. Please subscribe to the Undefeated on YouTube. You can catch up on all the episodes of I Don't Give a Damn. You can get this handsome face anytime you want, on demand. You're welcome.